something from Rupa's book. She talks, and we're all familiar with the 4 Vedas: the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. And there's this fifth Veda that is that's got a lot of contenders, and one of them being the Natya Shastra. So what's the background of Natya Shastra? Natya Shastra is basically the basis of theatre, drama, dance, and music. And it is believed that Lord Indra actually told Brahma to create a Natya Veda. So what Brahma did, he went and took the essence of all the 4 Vedas. So from the Rig Veda, he took the words. From the Sama Veda, he took the music. From the Yajur Veda, he took the Abhinaya or the expressions. And from the Atharva Veda, he took the emotions. And he created what is called the Natya Veda. And then he used Bharata Muni to actually write down the Natya Shastra. And Bharata Muni then, through his 4 sons and 23 Apsaras, actually taught it to the mortals, the humans, you and me. So what happened is, and the first dance that they did and they learned, they actually performed in front of Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of Dance, and his wife, Goddess Parvati. So what is Natya Shastra? What are we talking about? So Natya Shastra basically says that arts is seen as a medium to tell stories of gods, of the epics. It could be anything, but they just use arts as a medium to depict, to tell the story to humans, just normal mortals, so that they can understand the story easily and also be able to live the virtues. And it's not something out there somebody knows and I can't make any sense of it. So it's simplified and it's dramatized with expression and music, so it becomes also entertaining for the viewers. Now, what's the responsibility of the artist? The responsibility of the artist is a bridge between the humans and the divine. So the responsibility then of the artist is to kind of be able to give that story, to be able to narrate it and reach the story to their audience. And for the audience who watch the story, it's about taking you on a journey. So you feel the love of the Naika. If she's in love, it's about loving her husband. You feel in love. If there's anger and there is something terrible happening, you feel the anger. If there is struggle and sadness, you actually touches your heart and you feel sad. So all of these emotions, so it's an emotional experience, and if you feel that as the audience, that's exactly what's written in the Natya Shastra. It's meant to be like that. So I really love that. So I am a dancer, as you've seen. There's a lot of expressions on my face and it just comes naturally. So what we're going to do is, my daughter Anushka and I am going to narrate a story about the Gajendra Moksham through the medium of dance. So what I'm going to do is I'll narrate the story so that you'll be able to see the mudras and you'll be able to figure it out, and then make present it to you, and then we'll have a conclusion. So what's the story about Gajendra Moksha? There was this real huge elephant king, Gajendra, and he lived in the Mount Trikuta. Now Mount Trikuta was a very beautiful place, celestial, extremely beautiful. The sky was always the most beautiful color. There were these lakes and rivers that had fresh, refreshing water for anybody who would go there to drink a bit of water or take a dip. They had the most beautiful flowers that you would never see anywhere else. And the garden that was here was actually believed to be belonged to Lord Varuna, the god of oceans. So Gajendra, on a very hot day, walks into this garden looking very thirsty, and then he sees this beautiful river. And in the river, it's a cool, beautiful river. In the river, he sees flowers and lotus, and that's his favorite food. So he steps into the lake and starts playing with the water and splashing it and cools himself nicely. and starts eating. So eats those lotuses. He didn't realize something. There was somebody else living in that lake. Was a crocodile. Now crocodiles are very territorial. It's theirs. You dare not come in. So this crocodile gets extremely upset and says, "Who dare come into this lake that is mine?" He goes and decides to just drag the elephant into the water. The crocodile was a king of crocodiles, extremely powerful. Gajendra, king of elephants, extremely powerful. So what we saw there was the crocodile holding the elephant's leg and dragging him into the water, and Gajendra saying, "What is this? I'm going to win, obviously." And he pulls the crocodile back onto the land, and this goes back and forth for a very long time, until Gajendra gets very tired. He's exhausted, and he realized, maybe my death is near. Maybe that's the end. That's it. He looks around and he says, "Somebody needs to help me," because until then it was like, I'm the elephant, I'm strong, I don't need anybody's help. He looks around, but there's no help coming. And finally, he completely surrenders to Lord Vishnu. He just surrenders completely and says, "That's it, Lord. Whatever you desire, that's it. Just save me," or whatever. Lord Vishnu, listening to his devotee, comes to the rescue and uses his Sudarshan Chakra and kills the crocodile. And that's how Gajendra gets free from the whole struggle that he suffered during this battle. So we're going to watch Gajendra Moksha.
ಕರಿಮ ಕರಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡುತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ಆದಿಮೂಲನೆಂಬ ನಾಮವೇ ಕಾಯ್ದು. ಕರಿಮ ಕರಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡುತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ಆದಿಮೂಲನೆಂಬ ನಾಮವೇ ಕಾಯ್ದು. ಕರಿಮ ಕರಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿ ಮೊರೆಯಿಡುತ್ತಿರುವಾಗ 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 ಆದಿಮೂಲ 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 ಆದಿಮೂಲವೆಂಬ ನಾಮವೇ ಕಾಯ್ದು. ಆದಿಮೂಲವೆಂಬ ನಾಮವೇ ಕಾಯ್.
So there's a little background. Why Gajendra and why Crocodile? So Gajendra, actually in his previous birth, was a king called Lord Indradyumna. Now, Indradyumna was a Lord Vishnu devotee. So he decided that he'll go to the mountains and meditate in silence. So what happened there? When he was in the mountains, Lord Rishi Agastya Muni came and expected to be served. So he says, how dare somebody come here and not serve me even water? So I curse you that in your next birth you will be born an elephant. And that's how Indradyumna became Gajendra in his next birth. Now, he didn't know that he was Indradyumna in his previous birth, but he actually carried the vasanas of the devotion to Lord Vishnu, which he had forgotten in the world of Maya, in his beautiful garden and enjoying the stuff around him. And he remembered Vishnu when he realized that it was his end. Like he's like, at that point, this came to his head and he surrendered, and Lord Vishnu still came and saved him. The crocodile has another story. So he was actually a Gandharva called Huhu. Now what he had done was when he was in a water tank, there was a Rishi Devala who was in the water tank, and this Gandharva started playing tricks on him and annoyed him basically. So Devala got angry again. So Devala then had cursed this Gandharva and said, "You will be born as a crocodile." And then that was the story, or that was why the Huhu ended up becoming the crocodile. So these were two people who actually attained moksha because Lord Vishnu touched both their hearts. The crocodile actually got killed by the Sudarshan Chakra, Lord Vishnu himself, and Gajendra got saved by Vishnu. So that's the story of Gajendra Moksham. Hope you loved it and related to you in the medium of dance.